Hi everyone, welcome back once again in my YouTube channel. So guys, this is the continuation video of JVM architecture. So guys, I hope you have seen all the video what I have uploaded till now. So guys, I have explained all the basic terminology of JVM architecture. So guys, I have explained what is virtual machine, then what is the types of virtual machine. So we have two types of virtual machine guys, that is hardware based virtual machine and application based virtual machine. So guys who didn't watch till now, please guys, I would request to you, so you watch first all the video what already I have uploaded guys, then you will jump in this video, then your what concept will be clear, otherwise you may confuse guys. So guys, in next video I will explain what is basic architecture of JVM, what all those components we have in JVM, right guys. Then I will explain what is class loader subsystem. So mainly class loader subsystem are categorized in three parts guys: loading, linking, initialization. So I have explained very briefly what is loading guys, how loading is acting in terms of our code guys. So I explained very briefly. And guys, this is the next video what I am going to explain today, that is completely linking. So how class loader subsystem is working in terms of linking. So guys, generally this linking is also separate three activity guys. Linking also separate as a three activity guys. So all these three activity I will explain guys one by one. Then I will explain initialization. So today I will complete class loader subsystem. This is the first component in our JVM architecture guys. So guys, see, first I will explain what is linking and what all these three parts we have in the linking guys, right? One second guys. So I will explain first what is linking, right? So guys, see, so linking guys, we have three activity. It contains three separate activity guys. First is guys verification, then second is preparation, then third is resolution guys. So guys, before starting linking, I will short explain what is loading guys, right? So guys, see, whenever if you are going to execute any application, right, in our Java application, right, so we will get what dot class file, right? So guys, that dot class file we are going to save in our hard disk, right? So then when this dot class file JVM is going to what load and store in our method area, right, in form of binary, right, in the form of binary, right, binary format, right? So guys, see, in the binary format our programmer or developer are not able to read the file, right? So guys, that's why JVM is going to create one what class type object in the heap memory, right? So with this class type object we can access all the binary what format information, right guys? So guys, that was the loading. First in class loader subsystem we have the first component guys, that is loading guys. In guys, second is linking. So we know very well, right? So how the JVM is going to create one class type object, and with the help of class object we can access all the what class dot class information. So what is the class name, what is the immediate parent class name, what all the modifier, what is the method, what is what constant pool. So all the things we can access with the help of class type object. This thing already I explained in last video, but again this is the continuous video of last video, right? So in this video I am going to explain what is linking, right? So guys, linking contains also three separate activities. So guys, first is verification, then guys preparation, then resolution. So guys, first I will explain you what is guys verification. Guys, in simple term, in single term, if you want to know what is verification means, guys, verify whether our dot class file is properly formatted or not. Okay, what I have told. So verification means guys, so our what whether our dot class file is what properly formatted or not. Okay, that thing we can briefly explain in verification. Then get preparation. Preparation is get suppose in your class some static variable is there, correct? So means class level of variable are there, correct? So for class level variable, JVM will allocate the memory and assign with default value. It is nothing but it is called preparation. Okay, then third thing, resolution. I will explain in after few minutes. Okay, so I will explain a start of verification. What is exact meaning of verification? So guys, see, have you remember? So guys, Java lang package, right? So Java language not language package, Java language is secure, right? Java language secure language, right? Through Java separate guys, why? Because through Java what we are separating what? So not we are separating through Java language we are separating what? Virus, malvirus, these kinds of things not there because you remember so Java language is secure language. So through Java what? Spreading the viruses, malvirus, these kinds of things are not there but if you can execute old language, if you execute old language that is executable file, that is executable file that is .exe file, correct? So immediately you may get alert message if you will execute .exe file so you may get what? Alert message yes or no? You can get alert message what you execute in .exe file which may harm your system, correct? If you are going to execute the .exe file, so you may get one alert message what? So this executable file may be harm your system, but by Java dot class file never what? For Java but by Java dot class file never will get such type of error message, yes or no? But in Java dot class file never get such type of error message, yes or no, which will harm your system like that, correct? So what is the reason so what is the reason? So need to understand why verification needed in JVM architecture, right? Why verification needs in JVM architecture, yes or no so inside JVM we have one special component in JVM what? In the inside JVM we have one special component is there so the name of this component is nothing but bytecode verifier. Inside the JVM just keep in mind inside JVM we have one special component, right? The name of the component bytecode verifier. So this bytecode verifier is responsible. Listen carefully. What I'm going to explain, it's very important. If anybody asks you, hey, what do you mean by verification in class loader subsystem, then you will stand in such a position you can answer very confidently. So verification means what? So inside the JVM we have one special component. Okay, the name of this special component is what? Bytecode verifier. So what bytecode verifier does so the bytecode verifier is responsible to verify whether our .class file is proper formatted or not. .class file what? Properly structured or not. What first condition what it will check who that bytecode verifier. The name of the component is bytecode verifier. It will check so whether our .class file is properly formatted or not. Second it will check our .class file properly structured or not. Then next it will check generated by valid compiler or not. Whatever .class file generated, it's what? Valid compiler or not, yes or no? So generated by valid compiler or not. Whatever .class file is generated, it is going to check it is valid or not. These all the things get checked by our what? Bytecode verifier. Correct? Bytecode verifier is going to check. In case if any error arise, in case any error arise directly bytecode verifier will tell runtime exception as a verifier error. What it will tell what? This is runtime exception, and exception is what? Verifier error. Good so this thing we should know about the verification. So same thing already I have explained here. So it is the process. It is the process of ensuring this binary representation of a what? Binary representation of a what? It is checked properly or not it is a process of ensuring this binary representation of class is properly structured or not So first point keep in mind. So what verification is doing internally. So it is the process of ensuring this binary representation of .class file is properly structured or not First thing it will do. Then it will check whether .class file generated by valid compiler or not Second thing what it check so whatever .class file we have, it is generated by valid compiler or not Then third thing it check internally bytecode verifier is responsible for what? This activity Internally bytecode verifier is responsible for this activity which is a part of class loader subsystem only. Okay, this is internally class loader system only This thing already I have explained as well So suppose already I mentioned you, if suppose verification fails then we will get what? Runtime exception just like java.lang verify error So when it will come when if you get any error if you get any error, that time you will get this type of what? Error message So java.lang verify error So when if you have .class file is properly not formatted, if .class file is not generated by the valid compiler, it will check what? This .class file is properly structured or not. This thing you can check with the help of verification. Then next point is preparation. So what is preparation What preparation does So in our .class file in our .class file there may be chance there may be chance a static variable will be there So the static variable JVM will allocate memory the static variable JVM will allocate memory and assign with default value keep in mind so it will assign default value. This activity is nothing called preparation. So already I have explained here, you can see here. So in this page JVM will allocate memory for class level static variable and assign default value. So JVM will do this thing. What? So it will allocate the memory for class level static variable and assign the default value Default value means suppose int as a 0, double as a 0.0 and boolean as a false. So by default it will assign this default value So in the preparation phase, this thing will be happen. So JVM will allocate memory for class or static variable and assign default value and one thing also you should know. So here just default value will be assigned in this page. In preparation phase only what? Default value will be assigned and original value will be assigned I will tell in next phase Original value means actual value will be assigned in initialization phase. I will explain when initialization phase will come So this is the second phase, preparation Then next phase what I mentioned you, resolution what is resolution guys. So guys see, first you need to understand what is the actual meaning of resolution. So guys see, resolution means guys programmer friendly symbols guys. Programmer friendly symbols will converted into the machine friendly symbol guys. What I mentioned guys, I've already detailed this test gap in our resolution page, but only gap you listen first what I'm going to explain here. So resolution is where programmer friendly symbols. Programmer friendly symbols will converted into machine friendly symbols is nothing guy, it is resolution. So guys, in other terms also you can say, so guys, it is a process. Resolution is a process of repeating all symbolic. What guys? It is a process of replacing all symbolic references used in our class with original what? Direct references guys from method area. So guys, I will explain this thing guys with one example guys. See. Come here guys. See. Guys, see, suppose this is your class guide. Suppose class test. Correct? This is the class test. In this class test guide, you have one main method, public static void main. Right? In this class, in this method, we have created two objects. One object is string object, and second object is what? Employee object. Guys, see. So symbol means guys what? So what JVM will understand as symbol? So guys, test is a class. Yes or no? String is a class. Employee is a class. Okay? And all the class we have one parent class guy. That is object class. Yes or no? So guys, see, if you run this test class guy, if you run this test class, how many dot class file will generate guy? Can you tell me guy? If you execute this test class, how many dot class file will generate? Excuse me. So guys, see, 4 dot class file generate guy. See, first test dot class, string dot class, employee dot class, and all the parents of all the class, that is object class. Right guy? So this all the dot class file will generate in our method area guy. In our method area. So guys, that is a symbol guy. So JVM understood that is a symbol. According to symbol, they'll create what? One dot class file and which will keep inside the method area. So guys, now what symbol guy we are using here in test class? That is guy, that is employee string test. This symbol will save in the constant pool of test class guy. This symbol will save in the what? Constant pool of test class. So guys, see, for every class JVM will maintain one constant pool guy. So every class JVM will maintain one constant pool. So related to this test class, how many symbol guy? How many symbols are there guy? Can you tell me guy? So all this symbol will saved in guy constant pool guy. Please keep in mind guy. So in test class, how many symbols guy? So a string, employee, object class. These all are the guy symbols which will be saved inside the constant pool guy. So each and every symbol from the constant pool replaced with the actual references in method area guy. This activity is nothing but resolution guy. I hope you understood. So guys, for the above you can see this diagram guy. So we have test class, string class, employee class, object class. Okay? The name of this class guy are stored in constant pool of test class. So guys, in resolution phase, these names are replaced with actual reference from method area guy. That is guy our resolution. Guy, then next part is what? Then guy, next part is guy. Already explained verification, preparation, and resolution guy. Then guy, next part of our what? Class loader subsystem, that is guy initialization. Yes or no? Guy, initialization. So guy, what is the initialization? What is the guy? Initialization guy. So I see, I didn't mention here initialization, but I will explain again what is initialization again. So let's see, for a static variable, already explained again. So for a static variable, right, JVM will assign original value. Yes or no? For a static variable, JVM will assign original value. Yes or no? Have you observed again? For preparation activity, for the preparation activity again. In this activity, already I mentioned you, right? So JVM will allocate memory for the class level static variable and assign the default value again. Yes or no? Assign the default value, but again in the terms of in phase of initialization. In phase of initialization, so JVM will what it can do guys. So JVM assign only what original value, not the default value guys. But you know very well that in the preparation phase, JVM assign only default value. So how for class static variable, JVM will assign original value and a static block will be executed from top to bottom guys. In the initialization phase guys, just keep in mind, in the initialization phase, first whatever default value we have in the phase of preparation, so this will convert it into original value, okay, actual value, and guys, JVM will run our static block from top to bottom. Okay, this will happen in the phase of initialization. Correct guys? For a static variable, original value will be assigned and a static block execution will be performed top to bottom. This activity is nothing but initialization. Simple thing guys. In single word you can say what? So in initialization phase guys, what will happen guys? So for a static variable, original value will be assigned by the JVM and a static block will execute what? From top to bottom. This activity is nothing but initialization. Okay, one diagram I will explain you. In this we can come to know all the things guys. Okay, you can see here. So guys, already explained you what is loading. Okay, in this diagram I will explain one by one more time guys. Please be concentrated. This is the main part, how our class is loading by the JVM. How our class file loaded by the JVM guys. See, please be concentrated guys. This is very important. So let's see. First is guys loading. So what loading guys? Loading means guys, suppose whenever if you are executing any Java class, right? So you will get one .class file, right? So guys, this .class file will save in our hard disk in any drive, right? C drive, D drive, any drive, right? So guys, see, if you want to load this .class file, right? This .class file, if you want to load and store in the method area, right guys? So once you're going to load and store this .class file in method area guys, this will save in terms of binary data, right? Binary format. But guys, developer or programmer are not able to access this binary format data, right? So guys, due to this, JVM is going to create one class type object, and this .class file we are going to save in our heap memory guys. Yes or no? Because the object level things we are going to store in our heap memory, correct? So guys, once we have stored this .class file in our heap memory, correct? So guys, we can access all the information what we have for the .class file. Means what is the class name, what is the immediate parent class name, what is the method, what is the modifier, what is constant pool, whether this class is enum type, whether this class is for interface type. So all the information guys you can get with the help of class type object. Yes or no guys? So guys, this is the loading part. Guys, the next coming is linking, preparation and resolution guys. So guys, today what I explained, what is linking. So guys, in the linking we have three parts, right? Guys, this is wrong. This is not linking guys. This is guys verification guys. This is verification. Okay, I have by mistake I have written here linking, but this is a verification. Guys, this is the verification, correct? This is the verification guys, correct? Guys, then preparation, then resolution. So guys, already I have told you what is verification guys. So guys, inside the JVM guys, right? Inside the JVM we have one a special component. Correct? In the JVM, we have one special component, that is the name of this component is what? Bytecode verifier. What guy? Bytecode verifier. So what bytecode verifier does get? So the bytecode verifier is responsible to verify whether our .class file is properly formatted or not, whether our .class file is properly structured or not, whether our .class file generated by valid compiler or not. So this all type of information we can achieve with the help of the verification phase by the bytecode verifier. If in case if we may get any error, right? So then directly the compiler JVM will show one error get, that is what? Verify error get. Correct guys? That is the first phase of linking. Guys, then second is the preparation. So how it is going to prepare our static variable value, right? So in our .class file, there may be chance a static variable will be there, correct? So the static variable JVM will allocate memory and assign with default value there. In the preparation phase, JVM will store what? JVM will allocate memory and assign with default value. This activity is nothing but preparation. Just like int 0, 00.00, boolean false. By default value what we have, it can store there. But then next coming resolution. Resolution suppose if you are going to execute any Java code, right? Any class. So in the class, how many types of symbols will be there? Suppose this thing if you are going to execute test class, right? In test class you can see a string is there, employee is there, and all the what we have all the class, the super class object class. So these all are the symbol, right? These all are the symbol, right? So how it is the process of replacing all symbol references used in our class with original that reference from method area. That is our what? Resolution. Then last part is initialization. Initialization is same thing preparation. In preparation phase we have stored, JVM will store the what? JVM will allocate the memory and assign the default value. But initialization phase it will allocate the memory and assign the actual value, not the default value. That thing comes under the initialization. So this is complete picture, complete diagram is discussing about what? This thing this thing. So three activities: loading, linking, and initialization. How these three parts acting as a class loader. How class loader subsystem what act as a all these three responsibility. So that is the main part from this video. So how, what is loading, what is linking, and what all these three activity performed by the linking verification, preparation, and resolution. Then initialization So these three activity what done. Also one thing you need to understand, right? So what so see these three activity loading, linking, initialization. So these three activity done sometime one by one. What it can done sometime one by one and sometime parallelly. Sometimes it can done one by one, means loading, then linking, and initialization. These three activity it can be done sometime what step by step, one by one, but sometime it can done by parallelly. So it depends upon the JVM internal implementation. This thing depends upon the JVM internal implementation. Most of the time most JVM perform this activity step by step, one by one. Most JVM perform this activity one by one, but it all are depends upon it all the things depends upon the internal implementation of JVM. We can't tell this can perform one by one or this can perform parallelly. It all about depends upon the internal implementation of JVM. So this is complete overview of our what class loader subsystem. Already I have explained here. So class loader subsystem what will act all the operation. So it can first load, then link, then initialization. then guys our dot class file will be loaded guys. So already I mentioned here, see. So loading of our Java class. How our Java class is loaded by what? JVM. But internally JVM guys, it's using the class loader subsystem, right? JVM internally using the class loader subsystem. Class loader subsystem are behaving all the operation guys. It's doing all the operation. It can load first, then it can link first, then it can initialize the value. Then we can perform our operation guys. So guys, that's it from this video. If you like this video guys, please like, share, subscribe guys. So I will bring a new concept guys. Already I mentioned in our what agenda, right? So till guys this part we have done, right? Till this part we have done. So guys, so many concept dimensions now I will discuss in coming class guys. I will explain guys what is class loaders. So how many types of class loaders, how it's working guys. Then I will explain what all the various memory area in our JVM architecture. So one by one I will explain guys every concept what we have in JVM architecture guys. Thank you guys. Take care. We'll meet very soon in next video.